All presidents since Roosevelt have built libraries as a way to brandish their legacies. And twice impeached Donald Trump might be the one who breaks that tradition. So here's why. Planning for a library would suggest he's done being president, and that's not something he's ready to concede. Say people familiar with his thinking. Trump has publicly dangled the possibility that he will seek the Republican nomination in 2024. Nice use of the word dangled. Once he says, I'm going to be raising money for my library, he's given up even the pretense of trying to run again. So really that's what's motivating him here, Francesca. He isn't done with his political career quite yet, but once he is done, he does plan on privately raising money for this facility because of course that opens up opportunities for him to scam more people. We'll get to those details in a second, but what do you think?
No, I mean, that makes perfect sense. I hope it looks more like a Disneyland ride. I would go there. It'd be like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in Disneyland, like go to hell, blah, blah, blah. Like it'd just be crazy. There'd be little things popping out, Nancy Pelosi. I don't know, I just feel like it'd be silly. But the thing I like about this story is something that I think I like. This is the silver lining of the Trump administration, which is exposing things that you didn't understand were just systemic norms, like the public funding of a presidential library. I'm not saying it should be public or private. I think we should just donate the money to public libraries that are in need anyway. Why are public funds going to creating an homage to these presidents like George W. Bush, who I guess has some feature of his library where he like explains to you why he invaded Iraq? Like, yeah. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah. Thanks. We heard you then. Still don't buy it.
Yeah, I mean, you make such a good point about public libraries, which are awesome, by the way. I didn't realize how much they've advanced with technology. Like, I don't know. I guess I just don't really expect, because they've been so underfunded. I don't expect libraries to have the resources to put out like apps, for instance. But they do. You guys should check out the library app. It's amazing. I don't buy books anymore. I don't need to. They have everything. It's incredible. So I listen to that library app on a daily basis, read from it. It's really good. But to the point that you were making about, how is it funded, private versus public? For the most part, they're privately funded, which I didn't even know until I read this story. So Trump doing this privately wouldn't surprise me because there are two benefits to it, right? For someone like Trump, there's an opportunity to do more fundraising, and he usually uses fundraising to fundraise for things that have nothing to do with what he's openly fundraising about, right? And then there's the other part where if it's privately funded, you have a little more control over your image and what that library puts out about your image and your legacy. And so that made me think about Ronald Reagan's library in, I think it's Simi Valley, California, and I've been to it a few times. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, they like, it's amazing. Like the Air Force One is in there. You walk in, they talk about his love for jelly beans, and then it made me think of like Trump's library. Like there will probably be a room that just has a television on Fox News and like a well done steak with ketchup and a Diet Coke. And like they'll do like a glowing review of like how wonderful and productive Donald Trump was as he was eating well-cooked steak and dipping it in ketchup and yelling at his Fox
Another
News
room
screen.
Is gonna be like, hey, measure your hands against the president's hands. Oh, they're so big. Hey, now guess how long it actually is. Okay, I went there. It's gonna be something like that. There's gonna be a lot of fawning. It won't be just jelly beans.